We are now moving on to the state of Uttar Pradesh, where the great festival of divinity unfortunately turned into a very tragic sight on the 29th of January. The deadly stampede at the Maha Kumbh in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj has killed close to 30 devotees and left 60 people severely injured. Now, a 3-member judicial panel will reach Maha Kumbh today to investigate the cause of the stampede that took place on the 29th of January. And amid all this, there is a plea that has also been filed in the Supreme Court demanding safety at the Maha Kumbh. The plea also demands regulation of VIP movement at the Triveni Sangam. There have been exclusive images accessed by India Today which reveal the massive rush and the congestion at the Sangam nose on the day of the stampede.
Just before the Moni Amavasya Stan, there was a terrible stampede which resulted in at least 30 fatalities and more than 60 being injured. The toll could have been higher, but for these brave personnel of the Uttar Pradesh Fire Service, who were the first responders near pillar number 155 and 56, where the tragedy struck. And with me is the Chief Fire Officer, Gyan Prakash Sharma, who was the first responder. Gyan Prakash Sharma ji, आप सबसे पहले जब पहुंचे तो आपने क्या देखा?
जब यहाँ पे कंट्रोल रूम से मैसेज मिला था हमको कि भाई स्टम्पेड में कुछ लोग घायल हुए हैं, तो तुरंत 3 एम्बुलेंस लेके पहुँचे थे हम। हमारी यहाँ पे टीम करीब 22 से 24 लोगों की टीम 24/7 तैनात रहती है, तो उसको लेके रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन किया गया। लेकिन यहाँ पे मौके पे घायलों की संख्या ज़्यादा थी, 40 से 50 लोग घायल थे, तो तुरंत ही 15 से 20 एम्बुलेंस और मंगाई गई और पूरी टीम के साथ जो है करीब 1-1.5-2 घंटे में इसको रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन को पूर्ण रूप से किया गया।
Now the administration has decided that people will not be permitted to congregate, especially near the Sangam Ghat. There were laxities, there was dereliction which led to losses of life and people being injured. But efforts, according to the administration, now are on to ensure that on the Basant Panchami, Maghi Purnima and the Mahashivratri Snan, the mistakes are not repeated and the Mahakumbh Mahasnan can continue unhindered. VVIPs are no longer being permitted to bring their hooters and cars and their families. This is for the common devotees. That's the effort. We will continue to report on whether it's actually implemented on ground. With cameraman Kripal Singh in Prayagraj, Gaurav Sawant for India Today.
The big question everyone is asking it was what exactly happened, because it was we are telling you through satellite images. It is India Today which has broken down exactly what happened that day. Now, if you see on the 17th of January, this is where the crowd was, and you will be able to see that a new clearing was made on the 29th of January. That is something that was being done. There was massive rush, there was congestion, especially at the Sangam nose, because everyone who reached Prayagraj that day wanted to take a dip during that holy time. The stampede could have been possible because there was a new clearing which was being made. But with regards to this new clearing, the question was that this was a clearing that was being made for the VVIPs, which means that there were bottlenecks, and it is pretty clear from these pictures which have been captured from above. So here you see on the 17th of January, there was no clearing. With regards to that, the images will tell you before and after. So 17th, there is scattered crowd that you can see, but on the 29th, you can see that they are all rushing towards one point. The new clearing definitely was made, but this was made for the VVIPs. This was made for the seers, this was made for the akhadas. All of them were all set to take the holy dip. If you look at these images closely, a passage was made specially for the akhadas. That's the new clearing that you can very clearly see, but there was nothing for the crowd, and that is one of the big questions everyone at the moment is asking. Satellite images are showing you there was no different exit and entry point for the devotees. This is exactly what the clearing is showing you. That's the Sangam Ghat, the crowd that you can see from there. The Kumbh Stampede took place here. This is the crowd, all of them trying to move towards the Sangam nose. Now, all of them together were trying to use the same Sangam gate for entry as well as exit, which means that there was massive crowd. People who wanted to reach the Sangam nose so that they could take the holy dip, and people who had already taken the dip, they were trying to move out, but the passage was the same. These satellite images are revealing that the stampede took place because there was pressure from the crowd at the Sangam nose. And this is exactly what the administration was also pointing towards, that you can take a dip wherever you are. Do not try to rush towards the Sangam nose. But it was too late, because by that point, crores of people were already at the Sangam nose. What you are seeing, the arrows coming and going. So that's the reason, massive crowd. And the VVIP path that was being made only for the seers, that was also being used by the devotees.